Mmm. Mmm. Man, if I pull this thing any longer, it's going to stretch to like the other side of the restaurant. But that's the fun of eating Korean style corn dogs and a lot of street foods. Hey, how's it going, everyone? This is Steve from Rockstar Eater coming to you with another rockin' episode. And today I'm going to be exploring Korean street food in Los Angeles. So no, I am not in Seoul. I am not anywhere in South Korea. I am here in LA in the largest Koreatown in the US. Maybe some of you guys are wondering, what does street food look like outside of Korea, like Korean street food? Well, I want to first tell you off the bat that this video is not about me going to specific street vendors, like Korean street vendors selling like all these Korean street foods like the way that they do in Korea. There's really none of that going on right now. But rather, what I'm going to be doing is exploring some of the popular restaurants or stalls that make Korean street food style food, as in like the same exact look and taste and feel of the street food that you can find in Korea. And that's the closest thing that I can find in Los Angeles. So today I'm going to be bringing you the ultimate Korean street food tour in Los Angeles, beginning with my first place right behind me, which is some corn dogs. Corn dogs, which is very popular in Korea. Yes. So anyways, if you enjoy what I'm doing here on YouTube, then please subscribe to this channel and stick all the way to the end so that you can see the overview of this ultimate Korean street food tour in LA that I'm going to be bringing you right now. This is the window where you can see them making all the different corn dogs, and they have so many flavors here. Now, usually a lot of these stores would allow me to come inside, but because of this whole like coronavirus situation that's going on right now, this is the farthest that I can be just for the safety of everybody inside. But you know, you can still look inside and just see them making like all the different corn dogs, like for example the squid ink right there, and then just like the regular batter along with like the potato right there. So yeah, there's like a lot of different rockin' flavors that you can have just by watching them make it right here. You have so many choices that you can go with, like for example the original hot dog. And then what's special about like these new Korean corn dogs is that a lot of them now have like this cheese mixed in with the sausage. And you see how they even have things like the squid ink hot dog. Yeah, so it's like very novel. This is like a novel way of making corn dogs that go really beyond what I think even American corn dogs have done. And the inside of this restaurant is pretty cool because it's like really small, but at the same time it really like replicates the feel of a lot of these like small like little restaurants that's out on the streets of like Seoul, Korea, for example. Like you would go into the restaurant and then you would place the order right at the front of the counter, which is really awesome. They have a lot of different sauces that you would dip your corn dogs in. For example, like the mustard, the sweet chili, cheddar cheese, cheese mustard, ketchup. Look at all the different ways that you can do your sauces. If you don't know exactly how to make your sauce because you're not a chef, like, you know, kind of like me, then you can go with like the recommendations. Like for example, number 1, ketchup, mustard cheese sauce, and cheddar cheese sauce. Wow, that already sounds pretty good. Maybe I'll just go with that one. See how he's wrapping it in that sugar right there? A lot of customers do that because it gives it a nice sweet taste to it. Oh, wow. These look so big. I don't think that the camera really does it justice to show you how big it is. But yeah, it is huge, these corn dogs, and it's quite novel too because it's not like your typical corn dog that you would find like in Costco or any American fast food places. This is like really a work of art here. You're gonna wait for the crunch, watch it, hear it. Mmm. Delicious. You can taste the batter outside, which is really nice and crispy, along with the sweetness of the sweet potato and the cheese inside of it. It's like really stringy, like mozzarella cheese. Wow, that sauce really adds a whole new dimension of flavor to it. So now it's like it's sweet, it's cheesy, it's tangy, along with the sweetness of the sugar that's on top of the corn dog. Bulgogi right here, which is a very, very traditional Korean food that you would find in the streets of Korea. I've had this before when I was in Seoul last year as well as street food, and they made it amazing right there. And here, this is something that they have here in Koreatown here as well. Well, it's very good. It is kind of spicy though, I'll tell you that. Woo! Yeah, it's kind of spicy. But you can taste like a little bit of the sweetness of that spicy sauce. Along with the actual rice cake itself, which is very chewy, which is a good thing. Not too soft, but not too hard either. Here's a squid ink one. This one I'm very curious to try because I don't know really what this one tastes like. You know, I've had like squid ink pasta before at Italian restaurants, but not something like this before. I guess the cheese didn't stretch out as perfectly as I thought, but it's good though. It's the same cheese that's used in the potato dog. Man, I'm loving the taste of this corn dog. You really got to seriously get this if you've never tried this before. This is just so amazing, these corn dogs. It's like, it really is one of the best corn dogs that I've ever had. And I'm not usually a corn dog fan. To me, it's just kind of like a very cheap, unexciting food. But this hot dog that's made by this restaurant, this Korean style corn dog, is really one of the wonders of Korean street food that you must try. So remember that, guys. Myungrang, really a good place to get some of that Korean corn dogs. But just keep in mind that it's not the only place in Koreatown that has these corn dogs, but it is a good place. Now the next restaurant, or I would say like a food stand that I'm going to go to that specializes in Korean street food style food, is this place called Kosteat, which is another really popular new hot spot that serves Korean style street food. And the difference between this place and the other place is that this place has a little bit more options, so I can show you more of the type of stuff that you would see if you were to go to Korea and visit those street food stands, so that you can know what to expect there. Like I said, it looks really like something out of Korea in the sense that it's like something that you could find in an alleyway somewhere, like if you were maybe like walking around in Seoul, Korea, with just like an outdoor kind of a food stand, and it has like really cool menus because it's all high-tech with all these screens at the top of here. This is like all their display of some of the sample things that they have here, and thankfully they've labeled it. And some of these things I have seen in Korea, some I haven't. Maybe it's just I haven't searched deep enough, but apparently most of these things actually are from Korea if you were to visit there. This one is what's called their tornado potato, like their potato tornado, which is like this potato that's like cut up. It's almost kind of like one of those, like, I don't, you know, like the slinky. It's like a slinky potato that's like deep fried. It almost tastes like potato chips, but not quite like potato chips, because you can taste the meat of the potato, which is still pretty soft inside. I don't remember if I had this in Korea last time, but I know for sure that I saw a lot of people eating this thing when I was there last year. Here's the other one that I wanted to show you guys. This is the soduk, which is like these Korean rice cakes, like the ones they use, for example, in Bulgogi, which I had earlier. And then some of these like mini sausages that are kind of like dark colored. So it's supposed to be like a mixture of this duck, which I believe is fried, because it kind of looks, yeah, it looks kind of crunchy on the outside. Okay, well, at least I know how it's going to taste like. Yeah, the duck is like fried, so it's crispy on the top and soft on the inside. And then the sausages taste just like sausages. It's kind of sweet though. It has like a really interesting, nice, sweet flavor to it all around. not spicy. I thought this was going to be spicy, but I think it was more on the sweeter side. See, another thing I want to tell you is that sometimes in these Korean street vendors, you got to be careful because some of it's not really that sanitary, so maybe you might get sick if you end up eating the wrong thing. But thankfully here in LA, if it's like in a food stand like this, you know, they have like really good like health code procedures, so you're going to get stuff that's going to be very safe to eat all around. Bam, you see that? Let's do some of that corn dog action once again. Oh, didn't get it all the way. Wow, it tastes kind of similar to the other one that I had at Myungrang. The ice cream hot dog, which is their ice cream over there. This is kind of like a pancake, which I think it's just a little bit more firm. The reason that I'm eating this next is that it's melting, and I don't want it to fully melt because this is more like a dessert item, so I'm very conflicted to eat this right now, but I have to because it is all going to turn into liquid if I don't get to it soon. There are like nuts inside. I think they're like, no, they're not pine nuts. They're like, I think they're walnuts along with some sunflower seeds. That's really interesting. I thought it was going to taste more like a fluffy pancake texture, but it actually has more of like a doughy type of texture, like a really chewy, doughy type of texture, which is very interesting. I like it though. And then the ice cream itself, I think is vanilla ice cream. Yeah, so it's like vanilla ice cream with some chocolate chips. Awesome dessert. That's all I can say. Very awesome. You gotta get this if you come here. This hot dog. This one looks pretty cool. This is like a toast, like an egg toast with some shrimp on top of it. Yeah, this is something I've seen in Korea before. This one, you're gonna need some gloves, which is exactly what I'm gonna do because it's kind of messy. Whoa, I've never had anything like this before. Yeah, I didn't have this when I was in Korea last time. So it's like toasted bread with eggs on it. And I think this is like some kind of a ketchup or tomato spread that's over it along with the shrimp. So you can kind of imagine what that tastes like. Like the eggs with the sweetness of that tomato sauce or ketchup, along with the seafood, the shrimp, and then the toast, the crispiness of this. It makes for a very interesting snack. Did I also mention that I got one of these strawberry drinks as well? Look how cool this cup is. It's like, this is from Korea. You won't really find this in too many American stores. It's like a long, it's like a long cup with like this teddy bear on top of it and this nice little straw. Oh, wow. The last one is the main attraction. This is the Bulgogi bowl. This big Bulgogi bowl, which this one I haven't really seen in too many Korean street food stands when I was there, but I'm pretty sure it's probably there somewhere. On top of it, they have a lot of things like macaroni, seaweed, egg, pickle, radish, all the bulgogi, which is like the beef that's in the bottom, and then the rice all the way in the bottom of that. Alright, the bulgogi is pretty good. Has a nice sweetness to it. But I never had it when it has like pickles in it. Oh, very nice. This in itself could be like your entire meal. This is bigger than a Yoshinoya regular beef bowl. I mean, it's heavy too. You can really feel how heavy this thing is. After this one, you're going to be completely done. So maybe I would suggest if you want to come here and eat all this variety of street food, come with some people so you can just share it and not have to use up all your ammunition, use up all your food in just your stomach. What are some of the standouts today? Well, corn dogs were definitely the standout. The shrimp toast surprisingly was a standout to me because that's something I was like, whoa, that was really like delicious. The sodok, which is the rice cakes with the dogs, they're a standout as well. I mean, everything was good in its own way. The bulgogi was good too. It's kind of on the heavy side for street food because it seems more like a full-on meal to me. But it still is good. I mean, it's a really delicious taste to it. I like all the toppings that they got going on. So it's like a really nice dish going on. So anyways, these are two of some of the popular best Korean street foods places that you can find in Los Angeles. There aren't really that many to begin with, but I chose like two of some of the really good ones so that you can kind of see an overview of what Korean street food style looks like here in Los Angeles. So if you decide to come to LA, or maybe you live in LA and you want to kind of experience that the culture of Korean street food, then Myungrang is a really good place, as well as Kosteat, a really, really solid bet as well. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Rockstar Eater. If you like what I'm doing here, then please give me a thumbs up and comment on the section below if you know of any other great Korean street foods that you want to share with us, like any great dishes that we should try. And also, please subscribe to this channel. That's the best way to support me. All you have to do is go down to the right-hand side, click the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell, and you'll be getting these episodes on a weekly basis. So until next time, I hope you have a nice rockin' day, and that you'll try some of this rockin' Korean street food someday soon.